This is the round 8 report of the European Seniors Team Championships. The first match was Wales-Gwent, and they drew 2-2 against Stiftung BSW D-Bag 2. On board 1, David James was white, and the opening was 1d4, and the King's Indian defence was played by black. White got an edge of the opening, and although black traded 2 minor pieces, white maintained a space advantage. On move 24, black blundered a pawn, but tried to create counterplay in the queen side. However, black temporarily regained his pawn at the cost of rook invasion on the 7th rank, and white regaining his pawn advantage. Finally, black's king was too exposed, and David invaded the 7th rank, forced checkmate, so black resigned. On board 2, Lloyd Powell was black. He played a Bernoulli defence, and when white traded pawns on e6, Lloyd recaptured his f-pawn. Eventually, Lloyd created the passed d-pawn, but refused to draw just when complications were settling in. On board 3, John Thornton was white. He played the Panna-Bodvinnik attack, but black equalised easily with an isolated pawn, and a draw was agreed. On board 4, John Bowers was black. He played against the Italian game, played a hasty d5, which cost a pawn. However, black created a pass pawn and had real counterplay, but missed several opportunities to gain the upper hand. Eventually, John sacrificed the exchange for a pass pawn, but eventually resigned. In the other match, England 4-1, Wales David 3. On board 1, Iola Jones was black. He played Petrov defence, and after minor pieces were traded, white had an isolated d-pawn. Iola tried hard to grind a win once the queens were exchanged, declining a draw in the process. However, once rooks were traded, the game was drawn. Patrick Bennett was white on board 2, and he played a queen's gambit decline, and black played the triangle system. Black made a bad move on move 10, which cost an exchange, and blundered a piece on move 18 and resigned. On board 3, Rudy von Kamenad was black, and this is the game of the day. On board 4, Colin Gilbert was white. He played a Samish variation against black's King's Indian. After 2 pairs of minor pieces and queens were traded, though, a draw was agreed. As I say, the game of the day was Rudy von Kamenad with black against Peter Wood of England 4. The game opened with e4, and Rudy played, it was a centre game, and it seemed to transpose to a form of King's Indian defence. Here the aim for white now is attacking the queen side, and for black to attack on the king side. White's coming down the e file, black's coming down the f file and g file. White wants to exchange queens, black doesn't want to take part. Black aims to attack the king. No. This f3 pawn is very weak and can't easily be defended. Knight g1, then queen g2. So white decides to sacrifice it with the aim of bishop takes c5. But Rudy doesn't allow it immediately. Now he does. Now bishop takes on c5, but intervenes with a check. Rudy intervenes with a check. Bishop comes back to defend. He's got a passed f pawn now. Rudy's got to be a bit careful with his queen. Meanwhile, white's invading with his queen. The rook. If rook takes the knight, queen e3 check wins the rook. The queen e3 check was coming anyway. Now Rudy is pushing with f3. and it's here that white resigned. So fine win for black. It's quite complicated, isn't this? But black's chances are much better than white's, really. The knight on g6 is blocking the g file. Yes, white can win the bishop on d7, but the e2 bishop is dropping, and passable in the 7th rank. So this concludes the report of round 8.